Good morning. I'm in a different robe today, but still a robe. It's pretty cool. It's got this giant hood. Anyway, I got a message last night, but I thought I'd answer it this morning because I'm better in the mornings with talking. With music and doing my own thing, I'm better at night, but anyway, the message was basically like, I want to do music. The person wants to do music, but their parents believe that music is not a real job, kind of get a 9 to 5, do the regular thing. And I thought, my initial response was, fuck your parents. Fuck what they think. You can't live your life trying to appease someone who is a different mindset than you. They're not only a different mindset, they're a different generation. Like in the 70s, $6 an hour was the average. Spending now is 18. $6 an hour here is the same spending average as 6. So back then when they made $6 an hour, it was the equivalent to 18. Now when we make 6, it is 6. So I think there's a gap. And also back then, college was super affordable. Here, college is not affordable anymore. Houses, they could just go buy a house. It was a different time. So if you look up the 60s, 70s economy, 80s economy, and then you look up now, and you don't have to go and tell your parents this because you don't want to get in an arguing match about how you have it so much harder than they do. But if you're an adult, move out of your parents' house. You should never, ever even have a roommate. You should never live with someone who judges you, who tells you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, who doesn't believe that success will come to you. Shouldn't have that energy around you. If people say, but it's my parents. Awesome. My dad's probably not super excited that I have my shirt off and I'm singing in front of 2,000 people and I'm super gay and I cuss a bunch. But he doesn't tell me that I need to stop doing it. My mom supports it. She works my merch booth. But my dad made it clear that he's not into hip hop, not into nudity, not into gays. But I couldn't not be gay and not be body positive as a female just because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt my dad's feelings. And he's still alive. He watches these. He'll agree with you. Don't live your life based on what every other person around you wants. Plus the energy of that. But the flip side of that is, I don't know how old you are. If you're 14 and you're living with your parents, I had to bite the bullet. You have to bite the bullet sometimes. If you're living under someone's roof for free and they're your parents, and just bite the bullet. Work that 9 to 5 job, which they probably won't make you do. They'll probably make you go to school. That's like the parent thing. And then when you get home from school, they might make you work a job or do the laundry, do it. And all you want to do is go in your room and work on music. But you also have to understand that you're putting a roof over your head. So if you're just working on music and you ignore them all the time and don't pay them any rent and don't do any chores, you're probably going to get kicked out. But that's a very certain person. That's you're under 18. If you're over 18, only live with your parents if you choose to. And it's like, oh, I have to. Well, if they're paying for the rent and you have to because you're financially not stable, I think there's certain points when someone's paying the rent where you have to follow the rules of the household. That's not to say you can't work on music. But sometimes, when I was young, I had to start working on my music. My mom is always super, super supportive, but music is loud. So people want to sleep. I'm not going to be recording. So I would try to record from 9 to midnight. And it's so funny because my first albums are like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm like whispering because I'm 12 years old in my room. But those were rules that were set to live in this household, to eat that food. I had to respect the rules. I totally understand. But the second I was old enough to move out, I moved out and I got my own place and I was loud and did whatever I want. You should live your life. Wanda, do you hear the dogs barking? Wanda, do you hear dogs barking outside? I hear them too. But anyway, even Wanda agrees that you should live your life for you. She's just sitting in the sun over there. Soaking up the sun. Anyway, but I also understand houses are real things that you need. A lot of people don't have them and they sleep outside. people. So it's not a necessity, but it's definitely nice to have a roof over your head. And if you can get provided that by following some rules, you can do that. But don't let it stop you from doing your music. I've had to work shitty jobs my whole life to do music. It's just now at 34 that I'm at this place where I don't have to do that. So grateful for that. But when I was 21, I still had to work. I still had to do the thing I didn't love. If you can find a job doing the thing you love, your parent will respect. So if there's some sort of music industry job that they respect, like if you worked at the radio station or even at the local CD store, that's a 9 to 5. Try to find, if they're forcing you to get a 9 to 5 job, if you're living in their house for free, then get a 9 to 5 job that relates to the things that interest you. And if they want you to get a 9 to 5 job and you're paying rent, don't do it. That's just a controlling roommate at that point. And I think it's better for you to live with musicians anyway. I think living with a parent that doesn't think that music is a viable form of income is not smart. And the people who say that, I'm like, y'all just went out and bought Pink's CD. Y'all, like, know Bohemian Rhapsody, like Queen was on that movie, Wayne's World, you love. And they got royalty checks. So this whole thing of music doesn't make money is bullshit. Calling y'all out, bullshit. Back up your claims. Back up your claims. I want to see this.